This example, theta is minus 5 pi over 6, and they want us to find the following, the sine and the cosine. So it'll probably look like this on your screen. Theta equals, oops, forgot the negative there, negative 5 pi over 6. And here they want me to find the sine of that angle, theta, and then down here, the cosine. Okay, so how do we find the sine or cosine of a negative angle? Basically, we have to find, that's just theta there and theta there. So we have to find the sine and the cosine of negative 5 pi over 6. Let's go to the unit circle. Now for negative angles, because here's where is it? I don't know. There's regular 5 pi over 6, isn't it? But how do you do negative 5 pi over 6? That's what I'm wondering. Negative, right? This is negative 5 pi over 6. Well, let me give you a couple ways. Here's what the way I think is easiest. From 0 to regular. I know that's just positive 5 pi over 6, but bear with me for a minute. It would be like this. There's the angle that's positive 5 pi over 6, and it stops right there. Can you see what? Now, negative angles go down, don't they? Negative angles go down, positive angles go up. So they both start from 0. This is 0 degrees right here in the middle. They both start from 0. Positive angles go up, negative go down. So if I want negative 5 pi over 6, here's positive 5 pi over 6. Can you see correspondingly where it's at? It's going to be right here, isn't it? Do you see that? In other words, that's the same angle but negative, isn't it? I know you see, yeah, but it says 7 pi over 6. Yeah, I know that's the positive version of it, but it's also got to be negative 5 pi over 6. Do you see how I'm seeing that by the symmetry? Right? That's got to be the same angle, negative. I know it says it's positive 7 pi over 6. When they call it positive 7 pi over 6, they mean from here all the way to there is positive 7 pi over 6, and that's true. But I'm interested in doing what this green thing does, the negative angle, and that's going to be negative 5 pi over 6. That's another way of saying the same angle. Just like saying negative 30 degrees is the same as positive 330, isn't it? Positive 330 degrees ends right here, just like negative 30 degrees ends right there. They're the same spot, aren't they? Likewise, 7 pi over 6 and negative 5 pi over 6 must be the same spot. They're 210 degrees. So the cosine is here and the sine is there. The cosine is negative root 3 over 2. Sine is negative a half. So the cosine negative root 3 over 2. Sine negative a half. Do you see that? Do you see how that's symmetric? If this is positive 5 pi over 6, then this must be negative 5 pi over 6. It's also 7 pi over 6 positive. It's also 210 positive. So angles have several ways they can be referred to. Same spot. Those all refer to the same spot. That's how you handle negative angles.